So let's get started on this game. The three main things that I came up with for any self-fulfilling fears, this is coming from culling just hundreds of comments from any's. Being controlled, that's still number one. Being controlled, and that's just coming from that extroverted OE function, being pissed off about that need to narrow down and conclude. That's what that's coming from. Being overwhelmed. This is a huge one that I am consistently hearing. You don't even prompt them. You just say, hey, what is your biggest, greatest fear? And if you listen to a lead NE long enough, they will tell you it is about being overwhelmed. All of them. I don't care if it's masculine NE or feminine NE. All of them will talk about overwhelm. And then this is another huge one of being stuck and left behind, which I find very interesting because I think it has to do with how slow the SI is on building things. And they have a fear of that. And then when they go into the SI, they get stuck and really, really stressed because they fall in a hole. And I relate to that because when I get stuck in an emotional state, in an FI emotional state, I feel like I'm in a really dark hole. I feel like I'm in a really dark pit. And it's so impossible for me to get back out of that pit. So that's how I resonate with that. There's like a top 30 things that I hear from the NEs that they talk about stressful all the time. Cleaning physical spaces seems to be a big one. Car, brushing teeth, school, work, relationships, anything that is traditional or has a way in physical world, daily schedule, that kind of stuff. When they go into the SI, it feels like they pull out a toothbrush. We'll talk about cleaning a room. It feels like they pull out a toothbrush and they're like, I'm now going to go clean the stove for 8 hours straight. And you're like, what on planet Earth? Why did you do that? It's like, well, when I go to do the SI, I go micro clean. I'm going to pull out that toothbrush, the cleaning toothbrush, and go micro clean a stove for 8 hours straight. And then I'm going to wake up for a second, look around at the whole room and how everything is still hoarder house messy. And I'm going to panic and I'm going to feel like this is never going to end. I'm never going to get out of this space. I'm going to be trapped in this suffocating boredom forever. And now I'm overwhelmed. I feel the washing over myself and the overwhelm. And now I'm panicked and I feel like I'm stuck. And so it is such an intense difference when you have NE that wants to search the cosmos for, as many different constructs as possible, all the way down to physical reality, detailed control. And I'm like, oh, well, yeah, that's not how you clean a house. No wonder you're scared. No wonder you're terrified. That's definitely not how you do it. Yeah, no. You got to double observe that. And I would suggest using SE. Wait, you don't have SE. You need to scan the room first. And then you need to use NI. You need to clump these categories together. And then you need to do that again and again and again and a few more times before you ever do micro cleaning. No wonder you're so overwhelmed. The way that the NE wants to treat the SI is like, I need to find another way, because falling down a pit or a hole of despair of toothbrush cleaning mode, that's not acceptable. So I'm just going to ditch that tradition altogether. I just won't have a house. I just won't have a bed. I just, what is the NE going to come up with? So I just don't have to deal with that physical space. Or I will just delete that section of the house from my mind. We're going to put that section of the house in a locked door. We'll leave the garage to be insane. We'll leave this junk closet to be insane. We'll leave this whole half of the house to be insane. Like, that's totally normal. That is normal for the NE mind to be able to just delete the physical world or whatever it is. Maybe it's your workplace stuff, or maybe it's a relationship. Like, yeah, I'll just do it differently. I'm just going to do that tradition differently because I cannot maintain that way, that SI way. So starting here, I am the architect of my own destruction. So we're going to talk a little bit about the matrix today, because the matrix is a perfect example of any battling the SI. And really, what is it battling? It's battling choice, which is very fascinating. choice, your choices, your steps, your physical universe steps that you are making, your choices, which obviously comes from the DI, but it's still about choice. It's still about the steps, the pathways that you are creating unconsciously. Still you as the architect. You're just the one that is also in control of your own destruction. This is the same thing that I would say for the lead TEs or lead DEs or lead SEs. Like, when you believe that there is something outside of yourself that is not valuing you, that is telling you you're dumb, that is telling you you're not good enough, that is controlling you or stopping you or forcing you or limiting you or giving you the wrong information, the access code, you told me the wrong code. I missed a whole chapter. I lost a whole chapter. That chapter is gone. I'll never be able to get it back. I'm so freaking out. I'm so stressed, and I will forever be at a loss because you stole that chapter from me, thinking that anything happened in their life outside of their own self. You are your own architect. You are SI. Just because you close it in a closet or close it in a room or close it in a drawer or close it in a garage, that doesn't make it not yours. It's still yours. It's still your responsibility. It is still, you're still doing it. It doesn't matter if you're going la 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 la, you're still doing it. It's still coming from the self. So, well, that sucks because I've been ignoring that shit for a really long time. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. All right, so I need to know the map of everything at all costs. This is definitely what I see from the lead NEs. I need to know the map of everything at all costs. You better be the one to give me that SI. I want that SI. You lock something behind a closed door. I need to get into that. You need to give me the access codes. You need to give me that SI. Because with that SI, I can now puzzle and figure out and come up with a myriad of different ways of where I can wiggle around that SI. And the real thing that's going on here, the stress that is going on here, all of these different pathways here in this maze, these are all created by the lead NE, and it's trapping them and creating them into a prison in the center. So by having all of these different pathways, it looks like, well, at least I have different options. At least I have different ways that I could just take. I could take any one of those at any point in time. And I want to make sure that I keep my options open. Do not control me. The irony is that all of these walls in the maze are created by little tiny SIs that are placed down like a brick wall and built up and then ignored. None of them taken responsibility for. So at the end of the day, keeping all of these options open, keeping all of these pathways available, you are actually building step by step, SI by SI, a prison for your own self. It is a built up way to just force yourself into not moving forward. By not making any forward movement systematically in a traditional way, you are actually keeping yourself stuck in time. There is no forward movement. You are just moving in a circular motion, not going forward. This is a perfect example of the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise is just doing the damn SI. It's just going step by step, the traditional way, and therefore going in that straight line. It's slow as hell, but it's consistent. And you follow that and you follow it all the way through. And yes, there will be times where it will be mind-numbingly boring, but the difference is you could also be the hare. And the hare is this. I bet I could come up with a clever way. I bet I could figure, well, I don't know. Can I even control this pathway? I mean, can anybody really control a pathway? Can you really contrive anything? Can you ever actually force one of these pathways? I can't, because I don't know, because it's fate, because maybe, because what if? Well, if I do that one, then and this is when I realize the NEs don't actually have NI. They're not taking any one of these pathways and simulating it all the way to the end of what it would actually feel like to live out that pathway. So no wonder they're trapping themselves and just going, it's okay. It's okay. I'll just gather up all these different alternative realities. I could do that job. I could do that one. I could do that job. I could do that one. I could live here. I could live there. I could live here. I could live there. I could just, I could date this person. I could date that person. I could date this person. I could do that. That's okay. I'll just do this school. I'll just do this major. I'll just do this school. I'll just do this major. I won't ever have to conclude. I'll just gather them all up. Whew, so I don't have to worry about it. And then when the dice rolls that day, we go wiggle this way, but I don't get rid of this one because just in case that was a better pathway, I'll just hold on to both of them. And I'll hold on and I'll hold on and I'll gather them all up and I will go nowhere. I will go nowhere because I've now gathered up all of these different ways and I've now trapped myself in a prison of my own gatherings. But at least I haven't sacrificed any possible perfect pathway, because the perfect pathway is got to be in there somewhere, because I have them all. I have all of these opportunities. So never concluding, never moving forward, trapping themselves in an endless maze and going nowhere. Okay, so let's talk about feminine any versus masculine any. I'm going to just do this a little bit, but basically the struggle is I either have that solid physical steps and pathway. And a lot of times what I will see with the masculine SI demon is that they will lock on to one weird word and then wildly misunderstand. It's a pretty bizarre thing. Like it's almost like the intuition completely taps out because they'll lock on to a weird masculine SI. And that masculine SI will trap them. It will trap them because, and it's like, why are you getting bored? It's like, well, you're not adjusting. You're going to that toothbrush, cleaning a stove in the corner, not moving out of your way. Like that's your way. You got your weirdo toothbrush and you're like, I know how to do a stove. I just clean it with my toothbrush and I can't move. It's like, no wonder you're bored. You're trapping yourself. So the fear is getting trapped and bored. And then you have the masculine any, this one on the left here, of that feminine pathway changing and disintegrating, getting lost, this absolute spinning, because it's almost like one of those like top heavy spinners where that masculine any is just like and then just feminine whoosh. I don't know what I did yesterday. I don't know where I've been. I have no idea what my data points have been. I have no idea what my breadcrumbs are. I don't even know where I've been, what I've done, disintegrated, deleted, it's, and so that's what the masculine any deals with, is these fears of getting stuck and then spinning and then lost, that lost feeling. And again, both of them are dealing with the stress of overwhelm. I need to know all of the information all at once. You need to give me the access code. So as long as I have that key information, you need to give me that key information. As long as I have that, I'll be good. Oopsident. I now feel wildly overwhelmed because my brain needs to understand all of it instantly right now. How am I I'm getting stuck. I'm getting stuck in this SI. I'm stuck by this SI. I'm stuck. Yeah, because you took a toothbrush and you're cleaning the stove. And it doesn't matter whether you have feminine any or masculine any, you will both be terrified that there is going to be a gap, a chapter gap, where you get left behind. You get stuck, you get trapped, you're stuck at the stove, you're stuck making your bed, you're stuck in this one major versus all of these other majors, you're stuck in this one job versus all these, you're stuck in this one relationship versus other relationships. You are stuck. You picked the wrong pathway and now you're left behind. And that's where that suffocation comes from. If I just didn't have that SI trapping me, I'd be free. That's the delusion. That's the delusion. It's not real.